a car that, again, both you and I had. It's like a consistent track record.
Yeah.
Yours was what? Mine was a 94 Acura Integra LS.
Mine was a 95 GSR.
Right. So the
Black.
LS was, yeah, exactly. So the RS was the base model. LS, they upgraded the wheels. And sometimes you get a spoiler. I got a spoiler after the fact. And then the GSR, both RS and LS had the same engine. And then GSR is really where they kicked up the engine, right?
Yeah, like 170 horsepower, I want to say.
Yeah, something
five
like
speed or 6 speed. I think it's 5 speed.
I think at that time it was only 5 speed. So I had the 5 speed in this, but the difference was just so insane. You remember the red line on yours?
8500, yeah.
I remember you taking it to red line many, many times.
Oh yeah, I loved
Let's
it.
go to the grocery store.
That'll let that thing rip.
That thing was a screamer. To this day, I loved that car.
Same.
And the look of it was so unique. And it really, for me, was the front. Those little round lights. It was so far ahead. You think about it, 94, 95.
Yeah.
It was so futuristic looking, right?
No, it was. I mean, the WRX. Remember when I upgraded my rally light to rally lights? It was kind of an ode to this car, right?
It was.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah.
And the interior, you remember that? Like,
it was nice, really nice.
And it was kind of like
trash.
Huh?
I trashed my. I mean, I was spoiled. I got mine when I was young, and I just trashed it. I didn't keep it clean.
Had you been the only one that was in it, that was fine. But it was you, me, and Kev, and that's like putting 3 Siberian Huskies in it.
And we weren't exactly like careful and meticulously clean people. We were just like, eat something, throw it in the bag.
Yeah. And it's so funny that because it was a coupe, but it had the little bucket seats in the back.
It did.
And we would just shove one of us in there, and it was like good to go. And the funny thing is, we never complained about who was going to end up in the back.
Never.
You're just like the rule, right? Shotgun, and you're good to go.
It really wasn't a big deal because it wasn't like that uncomfortable back there.
And now,
plus, we were young and limber, so it was like easy to get in and out.
Yeah. Now I can't even looking at the picture hurts me.
You need the jaws of life to get out of that thing now.
Yeah. And now they brought it back, the 2024, right?
I can't say I love the look of it. Like you said in the last one, they kind of all look like this, but
I'm not happy.
I still want one. I still want one. Is that weird?
I do too, because of the namesake.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Right? It's the Integra.
Nostalgia.
I got a case of nostalgia. But
no,
it's
the Type S. The Type S. This is the last year they're going to do a manual Type S. I think next year it goes to hybrid.
I mean, I can see it in the back where it looks like Integrish, right? The front, I think they made it too much like every other Acura. And I don't like the 4 doors. I mean, I get it. Everyone wants a little bit more space, but bring this back as a 2-door first.
Or at least get rid of the handle on the back door. Like, make it like flush.
So you remember, like in the 90s, they had the 4-door sedan too on the Integra.
Nobody wanted that.
Nobody wanted it, and that's the inside. I mean, the interior looks great. Like they did a good job.
It looks amazing inside. I read the reviews. Right? I mean, I really debated on like I said, I've been looking at buying a car and just storing it away. And the Integra Type S was one. A Honda Type R. The Civic Type R was the other one. I think they're the same engine.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yep.
But I like this the idea of having another one just to have. But
so now we take ours and you make it custom. And it comes out looking something like that. That was the Type R.
That's the Type R. Man, that thing looks good.
Right? It looks so good.
I would take that right now. If that was here, I would go buy that. Like, that thing's amazing.
Lowered in wheels. And I'm sure they've done a bunch of other stuff to it. But I'm saying lowered in wheels. Not even window tint. You can see
when
it
I
has
worked
like
at Honda, when I worked at Honda back in the day, somebody traded a white Type R Integra in.
Really?
Unbelievable. I mean, that was the most raw car, like it was a stock one, and it was like gutted. It had roll down windows. It was manual. Had no, like I don't even think it had air conditioning. It was like a raw car, and then I went and drove. It had like 190 versus the 170 that I had, but when you drove it, it felt very different because it was like stripped down. I think I might have had a roll cage. It was crazy.
It was like the Hellcat or the Demon. You know, the Dodge
of its time.
Of its time.
Yeah.
So now you take the old one custom, or you take a new one custom.
Dang, that looks good too. I'm not gonna lie, man. It makes a big difference when you lower that car,
right? I'm saying like this is great. They brought it back, but
that looks like a family car. Like
you drop it, and all of a sudden the back doors disappear.
You gotta get a wild color with that car. You can't get black. You gotta get like a bright color with this car.
I don't know, man. It's like a toss up. Like if you had both of these in front of you and they said you could pick one, which one would you pick? That or this?
Man, that'd be tough because I do like the amenities of a new car. I'm not gonna lie. But the old one just looks so good. I mean, if I have to drive it every day, I'm taking the new car. But if this is just for like a third car,
I'm a fun car.
The old one. I'm taking the other one.
Yeah, I'm taking the old one.
I'm taking the old one. But if I have to daily the car, I'm taking the new one for sure. I'm taking.
Yeah. Because then you're talking.
I love those TE rims. Those are so nice.
Yeah, it's the only time like that color rim on a car really looks good. It's just the insane color on it.
And the spoiler. I mean, that car looks really good. Man, it's amazing what all that can do to a car. Go back to the red one, the stock one. The second right under it. Wow. That is not the same car.
Right? And all it is I mean, there's a lot more they did to it, right? Where they changed the grill and everything, but I'm talking at the base.
The grill? No, the grill's the same.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
It's the lowering. It might be a body kit on it.
It is because it bumps out the wheel well. But even if it didn't do that, just lowering it and putting on wheels, all of a sudden you've got a totally different car.
My probably favorite look is generally stock rims lowered and then maybe a front lip.
Yep, OEM Plus. That's why I did a whole video. Like it's just called OEM Plus. Like lower it, and then I like taking wheels from a model higher up than yours.
Yeah, going stock.
Yeah, so if you have a stock BMW M wheels, if you have a stock Benz AMG wheels, and then one other aspect, so like a lip spoiler, a roof spoiler, the lights, something of that different model, it just makes it look so unique.
No, I want to go drive one. I wonder. I don't know what. I haven't test drove a car at a dealership in a long time.
Yeah, I think you have to wear a shirt nowadays.